Hi there, Mark and Danica.
Yeah.
Danica and Mark in my apartment. We should have done this at your apartment.
Well,
We're going to do it next
Mm.
time. Doing the reading today from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. There, it's a glare. And this is the reading for today, April 15th. It's not officially tax day, but could be. It makes me think of that whenever I see it. Oh boy. So this topic is your faith in Jesus washed your karma. This is a question and answer format.
Here's the question. Is it proper to say that Jesus took the karma of man upon himself? Is this the same as other masters assuming the karma of their disciples?
Swami Satchidananda answers, the masters or prophets or sages do not take away your karma. They can, but normally they don't. Instead, they give you the strength to face your karma and purge it out. It's not right for someone to take away your karma. You are the cause of your karma. You sowed it and you have to reap it. What you conceived, another cannot deliver. If you really believe the Bible and if you think, yes, Jesus took my karma the day I accepted him in my life, then why should you even worry about it? That means you have some doubt. Why? Because it's not that easy. The impure mind will not even allow you to accept the truth. But if you really feel, yes, he took my karma and I am completely free from it, then you are free. That does not mean that he took your karma away. How did you get yourself free from your karma? By faith. Your faith in Jesus washed your karma. He himself said that, did he not? Your faith has saved you. Your faith has made you whole. If you don't have faith, even Jesus cannot do that and would not do that. And why can't, do you want to read the last paragraph? No. And why can't you have that faith? Because your own mind is still unclean. It won't harbor that kind of faith. Though you want to have the faith, you are not yet ready. That's why it is said, Blessed are the pure in heart. They shall see God. Even to have that kind of faith, you should have that kind of perfect purity. Oh.
I like it.
Yeah. What stands out for you?
Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God.
Yeah, that stood out for me too.
I like, in all the readings, I like just the simplicity of it. You know? Just have faith. And all will be well. I mean, it's not saying it won't be challenging at times. Facing your karma is, depends on what the karma is.
Yeah.
But the faith keeps you kind of grounded in the joy of the challenge, or carries you through the weight and disastrous feelings of the toughest parts of the karma, right?
And if that's something that someone aligns with, is the idea of karma, but just even the idea of, that it said there we're the cause of our karma, because it's a kind of a cause and effect situation. So whether you call it karma or just the law of cause and effect, that there's something that we do seem to need to go through because of our actions. And in yoga, they talk about, being able to purify yourself so you're not creating more karmas, more reasons to have to, go through possible suffering or paying back, trading back, but to be released from that, the wheel of karma, karmic wheel.
Yep. I like it how it talks about if just in your mind you set free the karma, essentially set free, or the karma, take it, you set free the difficult thoughts you're having, your whole life changes when that happens. Or you use the difficult thoughts to propel you into a deeper place of understanding your own individual spiritual self.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've needed to do that with around faith recently. I feel like that's something that's been lacking for me
Mm-hmm.
around um, my business and
Mm-hmm.
around, am I making the right decisions? Should I be
Yeah.
doing this? I don't know if this is right. And I'm not sure I've had faith that it's all the right
Mm-hmm.
choices or the
Mm-hmm.
right directions. Um, but when I can be reminded,
Mm-hmm.
and center myself and have friends that support me to, um, yeah, to help me call up what is true for myself.
Mm-hmm.
What is the my truth in that moment? It
Mm-hmm.
seems to help bring my faith back that this is
Right.
all meant to be just as it
Mm-hmm.
is, because we do get challenged.
Yeah.
We
Part
do.
of the deal.
It's part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes I'll forget that, and I'll think, oh, as soon as I'm getting challenged, then something must be wrong.
That's
Oh, I better get
no.
out. This isn't. This feels bad.
No, and in fact I called you the other day because I work at a very quick pace, and I was telling him that
Right.
Nobody moves at Danica speed.
It's true.
Which without a practice can be super irritating because I
Mm.
want what I want done, and I know that it can be done right now. I could do it
Mhm.
myself if I had the right stuff in hand,
Mm-hmm.
So I told Mark, I was like, it's such a good practice for me because I just have to just let go, release, and when the right person shows up at the house with the right tools and the right materials for the thing I need done, because of course it just moved, so then I will be grateful and accept it when that arrives, but I won't get lost in that. But I need it done right now. And this is just like simple life stuff, but that's every day, all day is simple life stuff, and it's just about how we go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just called and said, I'm just using it. I was like, I hope they're really delayed so that I just keep doing the practice.
Right.
I don't really.
Right, just enough
but
it
no,
helps
it's
to
true.
remind you.
Like I was just like, okay.
But yeah, to get that kind of stepping outside of the story for a moment, just
Mm-hmm.
enough to be able to see that
How good it is for you.
how useful you can
Yes.
make it
Mm-hmm.
versus to basically create more destructive thoughts or karma even around
Mm-hmm.
this, where you'll then,
Mm-hmm.
you could have called the person, what's wrong with you? You're supposed to
Yeah.
be, and then the karma you create from that, but instead you take it in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically that, tapas, that pain for
Mm-hmm.
purification, where
Tapas, exactly what I thought.
you accept it as this challenge doesn't feel good. It sort of burns inside me a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, but how can I use it for
Mm-hmm.
good rather than lash it back out at,
Mm-hmm.
at someone else? So
And that burns up the karma, right?
It does.
My being understanding and soft, essentially, about it, as opposed to hard and angry, and changes. Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that helps build your faith, that
for sure.
by going through something
Mm-hmm.
like that, then your faith in sort of a greater
Mm-hmm.
force that's watching this happen comes in. You're like, oh yeah, it's not me having to try to figure all this out and make everything happen, but
yeah. Blessed are the pure in heart; they shall see God. I mean, I have a lot of faith, and I definitely feel like I see God.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. All the time in everything I do.
Oh, look at that. I don't know if I'd say that I do all the time, but I'd say it's something that I need to remind myself of on a regular basis, which is part of why I practice, and to surround myself with a community of people that help support that way of thinking.
Yeah.
Rather than to think we're seeing doom and gloom all over the place. That's all I see. I see the world, caving in, because that's what will happen.
Yeah.
If you see it, you create it. Your karma sort of falls more in that direction.
Yeah.
But you can purge that way of being. It's like habit mind.
Yeah.
You can shift that.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes some kind of practice, and as yoga says, a daily practice.
Yeah, a daily practice. Yeah. I know. I think for me, I've been at this for a long time, and I've had such joyful life experiences that's where I got to a place where just the faith and the purity of heart got so huge.
Joyful and painful.
I've had extremely painful, but dove into it, and that's what I was saying earlier too about even in those challenges, like when you really keep hold of that faith, even in the worst of times, because I think that's when it's really easy to lose it. And for me, I just clung to the faith, like, gosh, I know that this is going to make me a better person. Wow. I know that this is the worst thing I've ever experienced. But
I feel like I've seen you do that.
Mm-hmm. And I just clung to the faith, and so that's why I think it's.
I need to do more of that then. I can feel myself wanting to be like, oh, it's not, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
good.
definitely get confused, and I'm not sure if things are right, and there's all that, but there's always, for me, there's always the faith underlying it. So even if it gets confusing, I think that's probably true for you. It's just sometimes we think because we're struggling, then we must not be there, but it's there.
Well, you help remind me.
You help remind me too.
And I hope we've been able to be a reminder for you, and anything that where maybe they're struggling in your own personal life or things you're seeing. How can you call up that faith? How can you see that karma is involved here, or at least just the cause and effect of your actions and your reactions? They have a cause and effect, right? So that's the reading for today, April 15th. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me.
Yes, thanks
Happy
for
to have
having
you
me.
here. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.